All right, welcome back to the Andrews Institute. Today we're going to be doing a Popliteal sciatic single shot block. We've done this block before as part of the block of the day. Today we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to try to do a before and after effect using the Sonocyte needle visualization software to see if we can appreciate any difference. Now, take that with a grain of salt because we are going to be using an echogenic needle to begin with, a Payunk echogenic needle, and so you may not have as much on-off phenomenon with the needle visualization software from Sonocyte, but we'll have to see. We'll see and we'll determine even with an echogenic needle if there's any benefit to that. So we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so we'll start by scanning at the popliteal crease, as you can see in the main camera there. Usually they angle the beam a little bit towards the toes to get the brightest view of the nerve. And we try to find the popliteal artery, and I'll give you a couple of shots here. Shot of the ultrasound probe from behind. This is where my needle is going to be coming in. And again, notice the angle of the beam towards the toes gives me a brighter view of the nerve. And the first thing we're looking for, as usual, is the popliteal artery. I can compress the vein and still see a pulsatile popliteal artery there. Relative to the artery, if the artery is a clock face, the tibial nerve is located at about 12 or 1 o'clock position, a bright white hyperechoic honeycomb shape there. Relax the pressure, the vein blows up a little bit, hold the pressure down, the vein is collapsed, but the artery remains pulsatile. Now what we're going to do is just slide up the leg, and notice right about here you can see perineal nerve joining from the left side of the screen, which is lateral. Tibial nerve you can see medial on the right side of the screen. As I scan up fast up the leg, I'm going to go down in depth to one deeper. So scan up the leg, you can see the two join together. Kind of get a little bit hidden as they come together. Scan down the leg, they separate. Up the leg, they come together. And that's interesting. The perineal nerve really joins almost at 12 o'clock relative to tibia, which makes it a little trickier. In fact, I think probably what we're going to need to do is block these as if we're doing two nerves right about there where they're totally separated from one another. Okay, and that's where we'll block it. We'll literally just do two nerve blocks. Inject around tibial and then inject around perineal separately. Okay, so we'll prep with chlorhexidine. Okay, big bee sting, okay, big pinch and a burn. Okay, and go ahead and turn the needle visualization software on. And since we're somewhat superficial, why don't we go ahead and make it a shallow field there in the upper left. And per Sonocyte's recommendation, you always want to stay to the left of that dotted diagonal line there. And we'll see if we can see a difference here. So go ahead and turn the software off. I'm going to do it just the way I otherwise would. Okay, I can see perineal and tibial together almost there, and coming in from lateral to medial. Okay. And I'm popping just deep to tibial nerve there. You can see a little pop and a give there. I'm going to get the best needle view I can of this echogenic needle. Notice I can get a pretty bright white there. Now that's the brightest, the best view I can get. I'm going to make it a little steeper, and that's probably the best needle view I can get with the needle visualization software off. So we go ahead and turn the software on, and not a ton of difference. Okay, go ahead and turn it back off again. And I'm not able to appreciate a ton of difference. So I'm going to get the best view again I can. I'll turn it back on again. Not a ton of difference. So kind of proving the point that we often make, go ahead and turn it off, which is that at flat angles, at superficial structures at flat angles of the needle, I don't think the needle visualization software is going to do you much good. Now we'll try another video in the future, and we'll do a steeper angle pass, maybe like a tap block or an infraclavicular block. And I think what we'll find, which is what we found in testing before, is that software is probably going to enhance the needle view, but I don't think it's enhancing it at these superficial depths. So go ahead and aspirate and give 5 cc's there, Todd. A lot of pressure now. So we're just injecting deep to tibial nerve. Okay, another 5. Okay, pull back a little bit and go over the top of tibial nerve. Again, remember we're blocking these tibial and perineal separate from one another since they're physically separated at this location. 5 more. Okay, so we got tibial pretty well surrounded. We'll go 2 more. Okay, we're going to pull back and go back towards perineal. Doing okay? Okay, 2 cc's there. Now we're back above perineal nerve. 2 more. Okay, 2 more.
7 left.
Okay, I got 7 cc's left out of 30 to start with. Now I injected above perineal. Now I'm going to inject below it. Go 2 cc's there, and we'll hydrodissect underneath perineal. It wasn't fantastic spread on that one, so let's try that again. Another 2. That's better. Okay, and with our last 3 or 4 cc's, we'll go ahead and inject more, and I'll advance the needle as he's injecting. Get perineal totally encircled. Okay, so just to clarify, I'm going to pull that needle out. See perineal and tibial quite separated now that we've injected a little more distal. As I scan up the leg, perineal and tibial remain completely encircled but nicely separated from one another. And back down the leg, you can see a nice donut sign around both perineal and tibial where we injected. And we're done. Picture. Popliteal sciatic block for foot and ankle surgery. And we used an echogenic needle. We came in very superficially. It was only about a 2 to 3 centimeter depth sciatic nerve, and what we were trying to determine was, even with a baseline usage of an echogenic needle, is there going to be a difference in needle visualization with needle visualization software on or off? And as we sort of would predict, and as our experience has been to date, with these superficial structures with flat needle angles that are close to perpendicular to the beam, you're not going to really add a whole lot by using the needle visualization software. And as I mentioned, at a later date we'll make a steeper angled nerve block video with a tap block or an infraclavicular block, or one of the structures that more approximates a 4 or sometimes even a 5 or 6 centimeter depth with a steeper needle pass. And I think we'll probably find a lot bigger improvement in the view of the needle with software on versus needle visualization software off. So I hope that was helpful, and thanks for watching.